What's up guys, Matt from footballboots.co.uk, and today we're moving away from the very top end models from the likes of Adidas and Nike to bring you the absolute best boots you can buy for under $175, which is about £140. In the video there's a mixture of both scaled down and premium boots, but what we want you to do is let us know which model you'd personally choose and why in the comment section below. One thing to bear in mind is that each boot in the countdown has to be full retail price. But let's get straight into number 10. Designed with a control theme, to kick us off we have Nike's Magista Orden 2DF, which has an asking price of $170, £135. But which players are they suited to? Well, the obvious first feature of the Orden 2DF is of course that it has a mid-cut silhouette. It may not be for everyone, but if you want a pair of boots which look very similar to the Elite Umbro 2 model, then these are ideal. The Magista boots as a whole are very comfortable, there's no doubt about it. But one feature of the boot which I personally don't like is the upper. Constructed entirely from a relatively thin but noticeably stiff Veloce synthetic upper, that's exactly how it feels. It still features the integrated dimples for a cushioned touch, however there's hardly any relation to the Elite Magista Umbro 2. It's much more like a scaled down Opus 2 with an added knitted collar. One big positive though is that wide footed players can definitely lace up in the Orden 2 with ease due to the fairly wide last and high profile. Number 9, we have another Nike model in the form of the first scaled down Mercurial boot, the Veloce 3DF. Matching the Magista Orden 2DF in more ways than one, the cost of these boots are again $170, £135, and are also constructed from Nike's Tajin Veil upper. The best way to describe Tajin Veil is to imagine the Mercurial Vapor 11 upper, but add a little bit of stiffness and thickness. But obviously, if you're opted for a scaled down Nike model, then you can't expect the same top level touch, feel, materials and technology as Pro Editions. The best way to describe Tajin Veil is to imagine the Mercurial Vapor 11 upper, but add a little bit of stiffness and thickness. But obviously, if you're opting for a scaled down Nike model, then you can't expect the same top level touch, feel, materials and technology as the Pro Editions. Unlike the Magista range, the Mercurials are more suited to narrower foot types, so bear that in mind when you're choosing your preferred Nike silo. Also be aware that the Veloce 3DF leaves absent flywire cables, therefore lockdown won't be as aggressive and the sole plate isn't contoured. Number 8, and let's switch to the three stripes of Adidas by featuring the Messi 16.2 and explain why they're a great option for $125, £100. Cheaper than the previous two Nike models, Adidas's Messi 16.2 actually uses the same agility knit upper as the Elite 16.1 and 16 Plus models. Granted, it's just around the frontal half portion before switching to a cheaper synthetic, but at the end of the day, you'll only be touching and striking the ball where the agility knit is. The agility knit upper is so high quality, it's definitely the standout feature of the Messi 16.2, but the overall comfort is also very strong due to the slightly wider last. Leaving absent the sprint frame sole plate found on the 16.1, there's a small level of responsiveness lost. However, there's also a bigger concern. The Messi model is also constructed with a burrito style tongue, which for me digs into the top of the foot quite aggressively. One final positive of the Messi 16.2 is that there's been some stunning colourways to date, so you can expect that to continue with future releases. Number 7, and back to the Nike hype to feature the recently upgraded Hypervenom Phatal 3DF, costing $170, £135. But why is this the best scaled down model by the Swoosh brand? With both the Magista and Mercurial lower tier boots using a Tajin Veil upper, the Phatal 3DF opts to raise the bar through being constructed with an added Nike skin layer to replicate Nike's top level models. The actual upper itself though isn't the same as the premium Flyknit as the Hypervenom Phantom 3. Instead, Nike use a one-piece textile synthetic which just isn't as soft, thin, seamless and sock-like. Just like the Orden 2 and Veloce 3, the Phatal 3 is all about offering the dynamic fit collar to players at a cheaper price. Does it make a difference to performance? Almost 100% no, but there'll be many who want the same looking boots as several world-class stars. How about the fit? Well, the Hypervenom Phatal 3DF is another boot which can be tried by wide-footed players. The overall fit also won't be as aggressive as the Elite Phantom 3 due to the lack of flywire cables. Number 6, and we now get to feature our first pro level boot, the Umbro Velocita III Pro. But why should you guys give this model a go? Costing $175, £140, so right at the very top of this price bracket, the Velocita III Pro is essentially Umbro's version of Nike's Mercurial and Adidas's X silos, but do they compete? So what is the Velocita III Pro all about? Well, you can guarantee two positives. The model being incredibly lightweight at just 165 grams and high level comfort, especially for a speed themed boot. When I look at the Velocita III Pro, two other boots instantly come to mind. The Hypervenom 2 due to the honeycomb-like upper, and the X15.1 due to the neoprene heel cut. Is that a bad thing? Definitely not, but it isn't the most original design by Umbro. To be fair, Umbro actually makes some really high quality football boots, including their Magista, Acro and Speciales. It's just that Adidas, Nike and even Puma dominate the boot market. Posing as one of the lowest priced elite level boots, any player on a budget should definitely check these out. And due to the wide last and fairly high profile, they'll also be very user friendly. Number 5, and at our halfway stage, we now get to see one of the newest boots on the market, the Adidas Copa Gloro 17. Before even getting into how good this model is by Adidas, I actually can't believe how affordable the 3-stripe brand have made them, costing just $100, £80. That's truly remarkable and fair play to Adidas. The biggest reason the Copa Gloros are so affordable is due to the lower grade Taurus leather used compared to K leather and calf leather. But let's get serious, these boots look stunning. It might be the classic black and white colourway, but these Copa Gloros are hard not to like. Not to mention they also come equipped with a fold over and elasticated tongue, which Adidas market how you can keep down, wear around your ankle or even cut off. Overall, I love the concept and look. There's no doubt the Taurus upper won't be as plush and premium as found on the Copa 17.1, but that Adidas model cost $185, £150. The Copa Gloro 17 epitomises value for money. While they might not be luxury enough or high performing for a matchday boot, use them for training or pre-season and you can be sure of quality comfort. Number 4, what an absolute smash of a boot by Nike, the Premiers. Costing just $125, £100, the Premiers are constructed from a super soft K leather upper and in my opinion are the much better quality option compared to the scaled down Magista, Mercurial and Hypervenom boots seen earlier in the video. Released back in 2013, the Premiers are Nike's take on Adidas' timeless Copa Mundial, and there's no denying they proved incredibly popular for all the right reasons, especially the newest triple white and triple black colourways. There's actually been a few rumours recently about Nike updating their Premier into a second gen model. If that's true, it'll be very interesting to see what they opt for. Maybe they'll do something similar to the Copa Gloro 17 by adding a tongue. As with the majority of leather boots, the upper will naturally stretch and mould to their wearer's foot after several uses, so a custom fit will be achieved. Into our top 3, and in third place is the absolute greatest of all time, the Adidas Copa Mundial. Costing $145, £115, I'm convinced if Adidas upped the price, then players would still pay whatever price for the heritage model. They're loved by every true boot enthusiast and footballer. Constructed entirely from K leather, the lockdown and responsiveness might not be sufficient enough for players wanting that side of performance benefits, but the comfort is straight up 10 out of 10. My definite favourite feature of the Copa Mundial is how after wearing the boots for a significant amount of time, they literally become custom fitting to any player. The K leather molds to any foot shape and is buttery soft. So we've just mentioned how the Nike Premier may get a second gen modification, but there's a reason why the Copa Mundial has been almost unchanged from the beginning. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Number 2, we have the Mizuno Morelia Neo II, arguably one of the most underrated boots on the entire market. They're truly top class. Costing $175, £140, so very similar to Nike's scaled down models, the Mizuno Morelia Neo II are anything but scaled down. They're actually extremely high quality. The boot is now in its second gen after proving very popular first time around. The combination of its premium K leather upper, which is being Scotchguard making it soft, smooth, thin yet durable, alongside being lightweight at 180 grams, the Morelia Neo is up there with the best, let alone below the $175 budget. With most speed boots on the market being made from synthetic materials, sometimes even cheap and low grade synthetics, the Morelia Neo II are so good because they prefer to offer premium materials and build quality, which the brand Mizuno are renowned for. Just bear in mind that the fit may be too narrow for wider foot types, especially around the toe box section. So what is the absolute best football boot you can buy for under $175? Introducing our favourite pick, the Panola Dioro Lazarini. Costing just $125, £100, the quality of materials and craftsmanship is worth double that price tag. With every pair of Panola Dioro Lazarinis being genuinely handmade in Italy at their prestigious factory, I like to describe the sleek model as a leather Mercurial vapor. Take Nike's TechCraft pack and raise the bar tenfold. The leather material is softer, which becomes even more custom fitting, and the upper itself is also stitched to the sole plate. Similar to the Copa Mundial, the Lazarinis won't be the best boot out there for responsiveness, but as someone who has personally worn this model, you can be sure of sublime comfort and arguably one of the most premium barefoot touch and feels on the ball I've ever experienced. They also look absolutely beautiful and rightly described as golden slippers by the Juventus legend John Charles. So there it is guys, our top 10 football boots under $175. Let us know which model you'd go for in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, cheers.